Truman Burbank has lived his entire life in the quiet seaside town of Sea Haven. The town looks perfect. Blue skies, friendly neighbors, peaceful streets. Truman works as an insurance salesman. He greets everyone with the same cheerful line every morning. In case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. What Truman does not know is that his entire life has been broadcast live to the world since the day he was born. He was legally adopted by a corporation and placed inside a massive dome. Sea Haven is not a real town. It is the largest television set ever built. Every person in Truman's life is an actor. Hidden cameras capture his every move. The show is directed by Kristoff, who controls the artificial world from a control room above the dome. One morning, something unusual happens. A stage light labeled Sirius suddenly falls from the artificial sky and crashes near Truman. The radio quickly reports that a plane dropped a light by accident. Truman feels confused but continues his day. Soon after, while driving, Truman notices the same people and vehicles looping around the same block repeatedly. It feels staged. Later, while flipping through radio stations, he accidentally intercepts the production crew's frequency. He hears them describing his movements in real time. When he turns left, the voice says, "He's turning left." Truman becomes unsettled. At home, his wife Meryl behaves strangely, often advertising products directly to hidden cameras. She speaks unnaturally about cocoa and kitchen knives, smiling too perfectly. Truman begins to sense that her reactions are scripted. Years earlier, Truman had fallen in love with a woman named Sylvia during college. During a beach scene set up by producers, Sylvia secretly told him that everything around him was fake, that everyone was pretending, and that her real name was Lauren. Before she could explain further, actors posing as her parents dragged her away, claiming they were moving to Fiji. Truman never forgot her, and dreams of traveling to Fiji to find her. Kristoff fears Truman's curiosity. To keep him inside Sea Haven, the producers created a traumatic event in Truman's childhood. His father supposedly drowned in a boating accident during a storm when Truman was a boy. This created a deep fear of water, ensuring Truman would never attempt to leave the island. As Truman's suspicions grow, he tries to travel. He attempts to buy a plane ticket, but flights are suddenly canceled due to technical issues. He tries to take a bus, but the bus breaks down immediately. When he drives toward a bridge leading out of town, traffic mysteriously jams. A fake nuclear plant emergency is announced, warning of radiation leaks. Truman realizes the world is actively blocking him. At home, Truman confronts Meryl as his suspicions reach a breaking point. She panics, breaks character, and calls for help from the production team. His best friend, Marlon, is sent in to calm him down, secretly receiving lines through an earpiece from Kristoff. To further control the situation, the producers even stage an emotional reunion between Truman and his long-lost father, hoping it will restore his trust in the world around him. The situation is temporarily controlled, and Truman does not escape at that moment. He hides from cameras by sleeping in his basement and creating a dummy in his bed to fool the crew. The producers lose visual contact with him for the first time ever. The audience around the world panics as ratings skyrocket. Kristoff orders every camera to search for him. They eventually find Truman sailing away in a small boat named Santa Maria. Despite his fear of water, Truman has chosen to face the ocean. Kristoff creates a violent artificial storm to stop him. Massive waves crash against the small boat. Wind roars. Truman is nearly thrown overboard. The boat is damaged, but Truman refuses to give up. He ties himself to the mast and shouts in defiance. Kristoff pushes the storm to its limits, nearly killing him, but finally stops when Truman survives. The storm ends. Truman continues sailing until suddenly the boat strikes a solid wall. It is the edge of the dome, painted like the sky. Truman touches the wall in disbelief. He walks along it and discovers a staircase built into the side of the sky. He climbs the stairs and reaches a door marked Exit. Before he opens it, Kristoff speaks to him directly through the sky. His voice comes from everywhere. Kristoff explains that Sea Haven is safe, controlled, and free of lies. He claims the real world is more dangerous and deceitful. He says Truman belongs inside the show. Truman listens quietly. He smiles. Then he repeats his familiar line one final time. In case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. He bows to the audience and steps into the real world. Outside, Sylvia, the woman who once tried to reveal the truth to him, sees her exit on television and runs toward the door, hoping to finally reunite with him. The screen fades to black. The broadcast ends. Around the world, viewers react with shock and satisfaction before immediately searching for something else to watch. The Truman Show is over. Thanks for watching. We strive to give you a great moment, and thank you for supporting Wave Creation.